Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, well, as you guys know, with the content creator program and with all the coupons that we have, there is a final one that is going to be releasing, I believe, on the 16th, and through this, I'll be able to give you guys 500 essence and an extra 100k gold. Alright, so we're going to get onto that right now on making sure that I'm getting that squared away. Another thing, which I'm just going to throw in here right now, in the event section, there is an event going on where you have to guess the weapon owners. Quiz event, of course. Fairly simple. Do it. You get yourself another 100k just by participating, so it's better than nothing, right? Make sure to grab your 100k gold. If you do win out of the 20, because there's only 20 hunters will be randomly selected, then you get yourself the 1,000 plus fabric, of course, but easy 100k gold, why not? And then of course I'll then at a later time will give you 100k including the 500 essence, so there's that. But there's a lot to look over. I'm just going to give you guys the whole TLDR for the update that's going to be releasing on the 12th. But yeah, so obviously on the 12th the update is going down, so I just kind of want to give everyone the full package, because I know I've seen a few people getting confused on, wait, is Baron, because obviously they've delayed a few things, you know, people are confused on whether or not if Baron art is going to be dropping for the 12th, and Baron is dropping, like in terms of the continuation for the story, the good chunk of it on what's next for solo leveling Arise, that is staying on. Alright, so what you're seeing right now with the, oh my god, he looks, I'm afraid. Yes, so the first grand update, that is right. So Baron being the next piece, or the final piece, because this is technically the 100th floor. Yeah, Baron will be releasing on the 12th, so prepare yourself on that one. Huge thank you to the developers for providing me with some of the assets, so I'm really happy about that, of course. With all of that, we're going to be getting the new floor system for dungeons when it comes to gaining artifacts, of course. That will be coming along with the 12th, the 12th of September update, there we go, in 2 days time, of course, which is going to be fantastic. You know, there's multiple steps, it's going to keep us engaged, and then on the final step we can make it more difficulty, so to those that are wanting a little bit more of a challenge, we can go about doing that. Ultimately from that, by making it more difficult, we'll get more rewards for it, so this is really good for the engagement and for people to actually just, you know, play the game a little bit furthermore on to how it is right now, because realistically if you play the game right now with the dungeons, you know, it's kind of one and done. You're there, you do your raid, and you're kind of done. With this, it's going to add that little bit more of investment, so that's going to be exciting, of course. These are the two new, so these are the two new bosses that we're going to be getting, so it's going to be fresh, it's going to be new on how these bosses are going to fight, so we're going to have to kind of get accustomed to their rhythm and their pattern of attacks, of course. Kaisel, which is going to be a part of the storyline where when we fight against Baron, we'll have to also fight the Wyvern itself. But then after that, the Wyvern, aka Kaisel, will then be brought into the dungeon side of things as one of the two new bosses. So yeah, that is going to be exciting. Obviously, Battlefield time, it is going to reset when the update goes live, and they've updated it by making it so that there's 5 bosses now, and we get our rewards once the boss is ended a day later. Obviously we've got some cool background. I mean, this looks absolutely beautiful. I assume this is some sort of correlation towards the characters, so obviously these are the so this is Charlotte's weapon, a doll of Harper, which is very nice. So here's the artwork for Charlotte. And then this is the alternative costume that you can get, and then of course for Harper, this is how she's working. Obviously with her weapon, it's her backpack, so doll for Charlotte, backpack for Harper, and then this is the alternative gym wear for both of these characters that is going to be releasing. I'll go into further more details about how they're going to be approaching the banners, because it is going to be 2 separate banners, so we'll go over to that in just a second. And then of course, as we all know, the Golem, which is going to be increasing our skill damage, which is pretty effective for like Cheyenne, Amamiya, of course, so characters that can really just cater to, you know, just having that skill damage increase. So this Golem could potentially be worth the investments. We'll have to see what the percentage play is, but yeah, exciting plays on that one, of course. So that's happening. Obviously we're going to have the artifact creation event, which is mind-blowing. I am going to be falling in love with this event so much. You know, we can create our own artifact and re-roll substats. Oh, I can't wait. So as you guys can see, that's going to be happening on the 19th of September. So that's going to be a little bit later on. There is going to be an event going on with a check-in, but I'll get into that in just a second, of course. Power of Destruction, when the update goes live on the 12th, all of that was going to be it's going to get updated, of course, so there's going to be more to be gained through the reward side of things. Obviously we're going to get an increased level over to level 90 when the update drops, so it's going to give us more chance to get more stronger, of course, which is fantastic. Now there is a bit of a developer note that I do want to go over, of course, which gives us some key information. So in terms of the characters, the way that they're going about doing Harper and Charlotte is that on the 12th of September, right here, Harper will be available to summon for. So when the update goes live, Harper's banner will be live. Alright, if you guys don't know, Harper is DPS. She is scaling off from attack. Alright, so she is a dark DPS character for 4 weeks. Charlotte then will be releasing on the 19th of September. Alright, so there's going to be a week's gap between the two characters, and Charlotte will be here for 3 weeks. So Harper's going to be here for an extra week because she's coming out first, of course. So that's pretty much the scheduling of Harper and Charlotte. Now, the developers have noticed that, of course, you know, it's a lot to take on, the fact that we're getting 2 characters, and so that's kind of why they're doing this, just to kind of ease it up a little bit in terms of, you know, 2 characters. So hence why we've got the 53 rate up tickets, 1 million gold, and 3 ways to get other rewards. So yeah, that's that. Now they're also making it so that it's not so much of a burden to make it so it's like a must summon characters. The developers have mentioned that they'll organize content so that other hunters can be utilized there. So what they've confirmed is, you know, even though Harper and Charlotte are releasing, their intention isn't to make them like a compulsory must summon top tier content that you need, right? They're making it so that they're there. If you want them, go for it. But if you have other characters, aka like, I don't know, Libora and whatnot, like the other dark characters, then you're going to be just as fine in being able to utilize those characters for the newest piece of content. So they've confirmed that. So I'm also adding, by adding additional attribute weakness on top of content. There you go. Not only that, we got some ruins adjustments. So I did take a brief look at some of the ruins, but we've got the whole shebang right here. Now, in the previous video, we had a few of the ruins that were given to us on the English form. The Korean dev note, as you guys can see, boys, let me tell you, they are going crazy with the uphaul on increasing the percentages. So we're going to go over all of the ruins right now. So the first one, I believe it's the Vital Strike, and with the Vital Strike, the 2s that are getting buffed up is Decimate, which increases the attack increase by 10%, that's not too bad, as well as, not Hone, well, Hone-In is also getting buffed up, but I believe Internal Wound also. So basically, every single one of these ruins is getting buffed up. It's just, in this developer note, these 2 are now being mentioned. So, yeah, and oh my god, Christ. Okay, the jump is insane. The percentage jump is ridiculous. Yeah, Vital Strike as a whole now in terms of damage output on all the ruins, yeah, it's going to be high up there. So bring that on when it comes to update day. That's all I'm saying. We've got the next set of ruins. It says difficulty in translation, but doing my checks, it is going to be Mutilate. And so Cold Storm is going to get buffed up. Again, a huge of a jump in terms of percentage play. This is, I mean, it is expected with how difficult. I mean, this is Baron. Baron's doing, you know, when he releases, developers know how tough he's going to be, so they are catering to that. So yeah, the other 2, Phantom and Strike, these are the ones that are also getting buffed up, so that's going to be beautiful. I mean, look, Strike is my Chidori. Phantom, I don't use as much. I feel like this is probably one of the least used ruin for Mutilate. So yeah, good to see that on that's getting a bit of a touch up, of course. So yeah, again, a good amount of jumps being applied in terms of percentage play, of course. Yeah, to be fair, even with the jump that they're making for is it Phantom? Yeah, which is the second one. I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't know if that was going to get much use. But the Strike one, aka my Chidori, hey, we're going to be hitting harder, which is absolutely beautiful. Alright, we got Double Slash, which is the first ruin, which I think I've already spoken about in the previous video. No, this is the Flame Slash that's getting buffed up. The first one is getting buffed up also. So Flame Slash is getting a little bit of a touch up, which is increasing your critical hit rate. I feel like at the very beginning, for solo leveling, you might be able to get used to that of it, but yeah, I mean, it is getting touched up on, so, but again, probably one of the runes that won't get. I feel like what they should have done ultimately is obviously with the percentage play being increased, which is fantastic, but also maybe potentially also increase on what the artifact, what the rune does, right? Raise the percentage on what they do. I think that could have given it a bit more of an incentive to be more used, you know? So moving over to the charge slash, so we are basically gonna get a bit of a rework in terms of buffing up cutting rush. So these three are going to get touched up on. So Annihilation is getting that increase, which is absolutely beautiful. Sunder being the last one, that's also going to be getting a bit of a touch up for the dark element, so that's going to be absolutely beautiful in terms of, again, getting that crit hit rate increase of 10% while being invisible. When the skill is used, it increases the critical hit damage by 30%. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know how to pronounce that, but hey, yo, okay. I mean, I will gladly take the increase in damage. For whatever reason, this kind of slipped my mind. This is actually pretty hard. When the skill hits, it resets the cooldown, and then... Wait, how come I never used this? I feel like I should be using this. I could probably get some usage out of it. So that's dope. All around, good improvements from the cutting rush side of things. Vertical arts, as we all know. The fire one is the one, as you guys can see, I'm getting really unlucky with, of course. But yeah, so pretty much Chain Explosion, Shadow Whirlwind. So with these ones, it is everything but the fire one. Yeah. So that's unfortunate. So, Chain Explosion, that is going to be... Yeah, so that's the water one, my bad. Okay, so the water one's getting buffed up, then the dark's getting buffed up, then the wind one's getting buffed up, of course. So, again, the jump in percentage play, mother of God. Why would they not have added it for the fire type? Ooh, okay, it is what it is. Alright, so consecutive hits. So again, that's multi-strike, and as you guys can see with the lineup, everything is getting buffed up. So in terms of element-wise, you guys can see with the water, fire, dark, which I got my hands on, being legendary, which I'm extremely happy about, and light, it's in that same order. So water's going up, fire's going up, dark is going up, and I think the last one's wind? No, light, sorry, light, yeah. Light's going up. So, yeah, they are getting a bit of an overhaul, going up just a tad bit. Dark is getting a slight little increase. Which, well, and water. To be fair, I use water the most. So, yeah, that's an increase of 145, so I'll gladly take that. Dope. So, yeah, that is getting a full-on overhaul right there. Smoke of Death. Which one is this one? Oh, this is the 9th one. Okay, so... it is the Death Stance, that is right. So, Earth Shock is going up, which is fantastic. This is one of the most used ones in terms of, again, getting the critical hit damage, as well as it's providing heavy break. So having that damage output is a beautiful touch. Continuous Wave, which is the dark one, which I'm extremely happy about. This provides a heavy break, allows you to do more damage towards the enemies, because I've got it in the legendary form. I'm getting that 120, so overall to get that damage increase, that's going to be beautiful. I do utilize this a lot, I will say. And then the fire one also is honestly, Death Stance is probably one of the most catered to one due to it having just heavy break. So like to kind of put that with the armor break, it's just really piling on that heavy break. But yeah, the fire one is also really solid for damage output. Now that's getting an increase. That's going to be fantastic. And again, the damage increased by 30% when attacking enemies with their elemental weakness. So again, huge buff up on that one. We've got the Commander's Touch coming in. So that is going to be this one. So I believe Finisher is getting a buff up. We just had this one buffed up, did we not? Yeah, we did. Oh my God. It's getting buffed up again. Alright, well, I ain't complaining. And I believe the next one is Liberation, even though it's in the Korean. Yeah, so Liberation is going to be this one. Yeah, again, I don't really tend to use this one. Although we do get an attack increase. That's not too bad. But, I do kind of like this one. See, with this, you know, giving it that damage increase is cool and all, and it does do a good amount of damage, I will say. Now the fact that they're buffing up even more, I'll be having a lot of fun with this one. I feel like they should have also made it so that it gets a 20% decrease now. Or is that going to be at Legendary? Well, and then lastly... Oh, no, it's not lastly. The last one's going to be insane. But we're getting Shredding, which is Crushing Blow. Yes, so the first one is... Chain Break. So the wind one's going to get a little bit of a touch up. Have I ever used one increase attack by 2% for 12 seconds when the skill hits stack up 2 times applies the This one doesn't sound too bad, to be honest. And you get medium break from it, so yeah, for a wind medium break to actually provide shield and damage increase. Hey, we might get some usage out of this one. Again, one of the ones that I should have used. Anyway, so that's something to take a note of. And then counter attack, which is the dark one. Yeah, we'll see how this one plays out. I mean, this is pretty nice in terms of again, shield play, counter attack, and if successful, it turns into a heavy break, of course. So one of the ones that I did use back in the day, I will say. I did recently use, to be honest, but I don't use it as much as maybe I should. Who knows? But with that damage increase, we'll see where things go. Again. Could they have played about with the percentage play with the shield? I mean, it's not too much of a big of a deal, to be honest, so there's that. Armor breaking is getting a buff. Don't ask me why. It's happening. It's happening. The light one is getting buffed up. As you guys can see, this is the raw percentage on where it's at, and this is where it's going to. I've got nothing more to say other than the fact that I am hungry for this next update. Insane. True Annihilation, this is the fire one. This one right here packs an absolute punch. This does a ton of damage, and they are yeah, it seems that they want us to use this and just cause chaos. Alright, and then Iceberg, being the water one, is also getting buffed up, so that's beautiful. It seems that they're leaving the wind one, which is unfortunate. I feel like the wind one is getting the most usage out of it purely because of that 10%, but it is what it is. You know, maybe at a later time they might want to touch up on it. But yeah, so armor breaking is going up. Yeah, so that's kind of crazy. So yeah, that is pretty much the full extent of this insane amount of buffing. It's all getting uphauled, which is ridiculous. But yeah, with this upcoming update, ladies and gentlemen, it is stacked to the absolute brim. We've got Baron, we've got events going on, login rewards, 2 new characters, one coming out the 12th, the other one coming out the 19th. Yeah, things to keep us occupied, and things to challenge us. Oh god. I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm scared. I'm afraid that Baron just looks too menacing with his goddamn Kaiser. Oh god. Anyway guys, so there we go. That's pretty much a full-on uphaul on what's happening with the 12th of September, with a little bit of hint on what's to come the week after.